What if I told you that BMW's newest sport tourer just redefined what it means to mix comfort and raw performance? The 2026 BMW R 1300 RS isn't just an update, it's a statement. Lighter, faster, and packed with tech that feels straight out of a spaceship, this machine might be the most balanced bike BMW has ever built. But here's the real question. With all these upgrades, is it still the perfect everyday sport bike? Or has BMW gone too far chasing performance? Let's find out. The BMW R 1300 RS, a name that instantly makes sport touring fans sit up. For years, the RS badge has stood for that perfect middle ground between long-distance comfort and serious performance. Now, BMW says the 2026 R 1300 RS is the most advanced version ever built. This bike arrives at a time when the sport touring category is evolving fast. Riders want something that can handle daily commutes, weekend twisties, and cross-country rides, all without compromise. And that's exactly where BMW is trying to make its mark. Built on the same platform as the new R 1300 GS, the RS takes that proven boxer engine and wraps it in a sleeker, more aerodynamic design. The goal? Deliver the heart of a superbike with the comfort of a grand tourer. Visually, it looks sharper and more aggressive, with subtle changes that give it a "don't mess with me" road presence. And inside, it's loaded with tech. Everything from adaptive suspension to a digital cockpit that feels more like a luxury car's dashboard than a motorcycle display. But here's the thing, is the R 1300 RS truly the all-in-one machine BMW promises? Or have the upgrades shifted it too far from what riders loved about the classic RS? Let's dive in and find out. At first glance, the 2026 BMW R 1300 RS doesn't scream change. But spend just a few seconds around it and you'll realize this isn't just a facelift. Every curve, vent, and panel has been rethought for better aerodynamics and heat management. The fairing now hugs the body tighter, and the new LED headlight design gives it a meaner, more focused face. It's like BMW took the DNA of the R 1250 RS and sharpened every edge until it looked ready to attack the road. Underneath, though, is where things get interesting. Power comes from BMW's latest 1300cc Boxer twin, the same heart used in the R 1300 GS, tuned for 145 horsepower and 110 lb-ft of torque. That's the most powerful boxer engine BMW has ever built. But it's not just about numbers. The power delivery is smoother, more immediate, and surprisingly refined. Twist the throttle and it surges forward with a deep, confident growl that feels alive yet controlled. The new lightweight aluminum frame and compact gearbox shave off nearly 26 pounds compared to the old model. That means sharper handling and quicker transitions when you're leaning through corners. BMW has also adjusted the weight distribution for a slightly sportier feel, giving you more front-end confidence without sacrificing comfort on long rides. Speaking of comfort, this is where the RS separates itself from pure sport bikes. The seat is redesigned for long-distance support, and the new windscreen does an impressive job redirecting airflow at highway speeds. Whether you're cruising down the Pacific Coast Highway or carving through mountain passes, it feels planted, predictable, and effortless. Then there's the tech. The R 1300 RS gets BMW's latest 10.25-inch TFT display, crisp, colorful, and loaded with features. Navigation, ride modes, Bluetooth connectivity, and even adaptive traction control are all within a few taps. The electronic suspension adjusts automatically based on your riding style and road conditions, which means no fiddling with settings mid-ride. Just set it and go. Safety also gets an upgrade. You've got cornering ABS, radar-assisted cruise control, and blind spot monitoring, features we used to see only in luxury cars. For 2026, BMW clearly wants to remind riders that sport touring doesn't mean compromising safety for speed. Of course, not everything is perfect. Some purists might argue that the RS is getting too polished, losing a bit of the raw, mechanical feel that older BMWs were known for. And while the new tech is impressive, it can feel like there's a learning curve, especially if you're not used to all those digital systems. Still, it's hard not to be impressed by the overall package. The R 1300 RS feels like BMW took every lesson from its touring and performance bikes and blended them into one near-flawless formula. But here's where things get really interesting. When you look at the price and compare it to what competitors like the Ducati Supersport 950S or the Kawasaki Ninja 1000 SX offer, the value conversation changes completely. Is the R1300 RS worth the premium BMW badge? Or does the competition deliver more for less? Let's break that down next. The moment you fire up the BMW R1300 RS and hit the open road, everything you've read on paper suddenly makes sense. That boxer engine doesn't just sound powerful, it feels alive. The first twist of the throttle pulls you forward with a steady, muscular surge that doesn't taper off until you're deep into triple-digit speeds. But the real surprise? How composed it stays while doing it. On tight canyon roads, the RS behaves more like a full-on sport bike than a touring machine. Every corner invites confidence. The suspension reads the road like it's got intuition. Soft and stable on straights, firm and responsive through the bends. You lean in, expecting the weight to fight back, but it doesn't. Instead, it flows. Effortless, predictable. Add in the quick shifter's buttery gear changes, and you realize this thing was built to dance. Then you hit the highway, dial in the adaptive cruise, and the bike transforms again. The same machine that just devoured twisties suddenly feels like a grand tourer. Smooth, quiet, and almost serene. That dual personality is where BMW nailed it. Few bikes manage to feel this comfortable and this capable at the same time. But there's a twist. Push it too hard, and the electronics remind you who's really in control. Traction control can step in earlier than expected, and the radar cruise can feel intrusive in heavy traffic. It's a reminder that this is a precision tool, not a reckless thrill machine. Still, when you step off the R1300 RS, one thought sticks. This bike doesn't just perform, it adapts to you. And that's something very few machines, even in this price range, can claim. So the big question now is, with all this performance and polish, is the R1300 RS truly worth the premium? Or are you paying for perfection you may never fully use? Let's find out. After spending real time with the 2026 BMW R1300 RS, one thing is clear, this isn't just a sport touring bike. It's a statement about where BMW sees the future of motorcycling. It's cleaner, sharper, and more intelligent than ever, yet still carries that unmistakable boxer soul that's made BMW motorcycles so iconic. The pros are undeniable. The engine is a masterpiece, smooth, powerful, and full of torque right where you need it. The handling feels lighter and more intuitive than any RS before it. And that technology suite, from adaptive suspension to radar-assisted safety, sets a new benchmark for this category. It's a bike that can thrill you on Saturday and carry you comfortably across states on Sunday. But the RS isn't perfect. The abundance of electronics can feel like overkill for riders who prefer a more analog experience. The price tag, expected to land around the mid-$20,000 range, will also make some think twice. Especially when rivals like the Ninja 1000 SX or Ducati Supersport 950S deliver serious thrills for less. So who is this bike really for? It's for the rider who wants precision, not chaos. Someone who values refinement and control over raw aggression. The R1300 RS isn't about showing off. It's about mastery. Every feature, every system feels designed to make you a smoother, faster, and more confident rider. In the US market, where riders often have to choose between performance and practicality, the RS quietly says, why not both? It's the kind of motorcycle that might just push the entire sport touring class to evolve. So is the BMW R1300 RS worth it? If you crave a machine that feels engineered just for you, one that can handle city traffic, mountain roads, and endless highways with equal grace, then yes, absolutely. Now it's your turn. What do you think of BMW's direction with the new RS? Has it gone too digital, or is this the perfect evolution? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button if you enjoyed the review, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the world's most exciting rides.